Welcome to Universum's solutions for SMEs, and here we have the Universum Toolkits solutions. These are really proactive solutions where you can both learn about employer branding strategy and, more importantly, put these strategies into place depending on your business needs. They are geared towards your level of employer branding maturity and are really a set of quick wins for you to take away and use today. Uh, they can be purchased individually, as we're going to explore, or together as a suite, which is actually saves you one toolkit will be free of charge in that package. So, before we begin, a little bit of a background about Universum and the purpose of these toolkits. Universum is the leader in employer branding, and we gain our insights from our global surveys that give us rich data on the state of employer branding. And it's from these insights that we use to help companies of all sizes in 60 markets tackle employer branding problems to attract the right talent. And why does employer branding matter? In the fight for the best talent, a strong employer brand can actually trump well-known consumer brands. And beyond that, we see strong competitive advantages from those companies that are choosing to address employer branding issues. It's the companies that do take employer branding into account, work with a real employer branding strategy and communicate that strategy effectively, that are able to achieve better retention levels. They save time and they save costs, of course, in recruitment drives, and ultimately tend to also display higher revenue growth. So, exploring these toolkits, you'll see that they are mapped according to employer branding maturity, and looking at, for beginners, this is really an introduction to employer branding principles here in this Talent Magnet toolkit. And it's with this toolkit where you'll actually receive basically a starting point in understanding your present ability for your organization, your ability to attract talent. We're going to explore here how you can define the business focus and priorities and be able to translate those into priorities for talent needs. Beyond that, we also look at success factors for today's talent market, what the difference is between your consumer, your corporate, and your employer brands, and really importantly, how you can involve stakeholders in employer branding understanding. Next, we move on to the talent strategy developer, and it's this module here that is going to take you into formulating an offer that'll maximize your employer brand as a strategic business tool. So within this toolkit, here we offer the definition of key talent target groups for your company, how you can actually work with these and develop this best strategy to reach that target talent. And within that, how can you look to define an employee value proposition that is actually going to be attractive and true and distinct. So next, we look towards the communication of that strategy. And in terms of succeeding within talent communication, it's here that we're going to guide you through designing the right candidate experience. We offer a checklist in selecting the right media channels and also essentially planning your social media activities. You'll also receive actually a template to defining your key messages as a key takeaway from this toolkit. For the more advanced final toolkit here, we actually have building lasting talent success. And this is making sure that you look at employer branding in the long term. For this toolkit, we're looking at being able to measure, being able to track the performance of your employer brand, and how can you make sure that it essentially evolves along with your business needs. So that's a rundown of our toolkit suite, and you have the ability to explore these individually on the website, and you'll also see that there are actually, in conjunction with these, modules from the Employer Branding Academy that complement these toolkits as well. And finally, if you have any questions at all about these products or the entire product range for SMEs, please feel free to reach out to an employer branding advisor, which you can do so by clicking the Contact Me form on our website. Thank you.